Okay, so what we're going to do is go through each part of the body, each part of the body, each limb, and we're going to rotate each limb out and in. So this, I'm starting with one leg. I'm going to do it very, very slowly, out and in, and then do the same with the other one, out and in, and then with my arm, out and in, other arm, out and in. And then I'm going to turn my head slowly to one side, and then the other side, and back to the center. I'll demonstrate this and do it very slowly. And I hope you can see okay as I do this. And the reason I'm doing this is so as to kind of test the waters. Excuse me. So I think of it as being as if I was like a bowl of water. And if I put my finger in the bowl and I went like this, the water would move like that. And that's like everyday life, if that resonates for anyone. But, our lives are so sped up, and our tissues get sped up, our nervous systems get sped up, and our tissues get tight. However, if I put my finger in the bowl and let's see where you can see my finger, I move it really slowly like that, then very subtle ripples go out into the water. And it's a very different kind of fluidic movement that can happen. And that's what we're looking for. Okay? We're looking to see how does my watery body respond to these very subtle movements, like making a subtle movement with my finger in the water. Do the ripples go out smoothly? Do they get stuck somewhere? Are there dense areas in the water that are preventing the ripples from moving through? And if there are, I think of it as being like water going down a river or a brook, where it comes up to a stone, and it will go into the stone, and it'll go around it. It'll come into it and go around it. It'll come into it and go around it until the stone dissolves. So what we're doing in Continuum can also dissolve the stones, the dense places in us. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate, hoping you can see well here. So I'm going to take a moment to just settle into my breath. And I notice my usual pattern that I can actually feel my breath going down my right leg and most of my body. I feel very little breath going down the left leg. It took me years and years to get into my left leg at all. And I find even now the breath doesn't go as fully into it as the other leg. And I can also feel my lower back is pulled up a bit from the floor. And some differences between the right and left side. So you can spend as long as you want being with your breath and your ground. Then I'm going to start to very slowly turn my right leg out, rotate it out, and then in. Just once, with no sound, just like stirring the waters. Notice what happens in your own body as I'm doing this. I actually feel a lot of energy move up my leg, up into here. So I start to have a spiral response just from turning my leg out. And it's partly from being in this field, even though we're online. I can feel the energy of our group. So, and also because I do a lot of this, I'm very fluid and very responsive. So just doing that creates, I hope you can see this wave going through my body.